Hello there, and welcome to my workshop. Today's video is going to be, well, a strange one, I suppose. About 2 weeks ago I put a video up, video number 356, and where I showed you how to produce a pen. And in my case I make 4 different types of pen, one of which is Huon pine, where I announced that I was making those particular pens out of 2,000 or up to 2,000-year-old wood. And you know, a lot of you do understand that trees are very long-lived, and in particular Huon pine. But I've had a lot of emails and comments saying that I probably should mind that I didn't step in what I was dishing out. If you know what I mean. But in fact it is true, and today I'm going to prove it to you. But you know, this is a piece I'm using right now, and the camera just cannot pick out or pick up the growth lines because they're so minute. So I have a mechanism where I can show you and prove to you how long-lived these trees are. And to do that I'm going to use an electronic microscope. Okay, I have a couple of examples here first of all. Now, so this is a Huon pine pen. Now this is a Blackwood pen. And this is a Myrtle pen. I actually finished making these this morning. They're ready for shipment. So I just thought I'd show you the examples of pens. And of course this is how they start off. Okay, so you know they're cut into little square blocks, preferably. You know, they're part of the same piece, so you can line it up, and the grain pattern carries on through the pen when it's put together. So I've got more light here now. So if I show you that, you might make out some growth rings there. But like I say, I have electronic microscope here which will magnify to times 1,000. Okay, so whatever you see on here, it's up to 1,000. I think I've got it focused about 700 times. Because going to 1,000, it was just too blurry. You couldn't sort of really make it out with the amount of light that I could get on it. Okay, so I'll just switch that electronic microscope on now. Okay, now I think that's pretty well focused. I'll try and fetch you in a little bit closer. There, I think that's a pretty good picture. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the end of a pencil underneath there so you can sort of gauge the size. Here's a pencil, and let's see if I can get it in without getting my head in the way. Pencil coming in, and that's me shaking. I can't, so you can see that's a pencil. Now then, to make some, so now I have to make some sort of reference now of size. So here's a steel rule, all right? So it's a 12-inch rule, or just over 305 millimeters, all right? 12-inch rule. So we're going to pop that underneath. Okay. Each one of those is a 1/16 of an inch. Okay, and then we got millimeters here. And you can just make out the growth rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on and so forth. There's, without counting, there's probably more than 30 there. Now then, this is what's technically known as a graticule. This is what's technically known as a graticule. Now, in other words, it has very fine graduations on here. So fine, I don't think the camera can actually pick it up there. Might be. So from this, we can actually gauge the size of these. So I'm just going to slide this underneath now. Unfortunately, the lights that are in there, you know, enabling us to actually see, actually do block the. Okay, so that is actually too big. So if we go down and down and down to one that is roughly about the size of each growth ring, which is 0.75 of a millimeter. So we'll actually call that one 0.8. So there's 0.8. Hang on, let me get a bit more light so you can see that. So there we go, that's 0.8. 0.8 of a millimeter. I'm sorry about the line. I'm sorry about the light on the screen there, but I have to put that light there so you can see on the camera. And we're going to convert that now. We're going to convert that now to thousandths of an inch. So it's 3/1000ths of an inch. So each growth ring, on average, is approximately 3/1000ths of an inch. So I've just taken it up a slightly higher resolution so you can actually see. You might be able to detect this slightly snowy. You can see some shimmer. That's the sort of electron microscope sort of effect. Okay. So we've established that roughly each growth ring is approximately 3/1000ths of an inch. This is a piece of the trunk, the main trunk of a Huon pine tree. And can you see the growth rings? They're very, very small. In fact, the center of the tree, I can take this back. Let's get a bit more light on. Okay, the center of the tree is around about off camera. Let me walk back a little bit, because I've got growth rings going like this. So the center of the tree is here somewhere. Okay, so the rings go out beyond here somewhere. So the rings continue out beyond here somewhere. So this tree is well over 2,000 years old. And this piece of Huon pine is a part of this tree. So I think we can safely say it's 2,000 years or so. So okay, so I hope you understand my explanation now of age of a Huon pine tree, and they are for sale. So if you want to own a 2,000-year-old wood pen, or a Blackwood pen, or a Myrtle pen, or an oak pen, and the details for ordering pens will be at the end of this video, and also below this video in above the comment section, and how to contact me to purchase. Incidentally, I would ask you to, because Christmas is coming up, if you require a pen for someone for Christmas, it probably would be advisable for you to order like now, or as soon as you could, because you know, judging by the response I've had so far for pens, I'm going to be a little bit hard pushed to get them all out for Christmas. So you know, be warned, if you want one for Christmas, it's best to, you know, sort of book in early, and you know, I can pretty well then guarantee you getting them. At the moment there is about a week's delay from me manufacturing to me getting them out. For instance, like this Huon pine was ordered 5 days ago, and once I get a firm order, you know, it then goes in the lineup to be made. Okay, and I will say now that, look, this is, for me, is a hobby, and you know, this will never go into mass production or anything like that. So there is only a limited amount of pens that I will be making. So you know, so just bear that in mind. And if you want for Christmas, for a loved one or a friend, you know, sort of please help me out and, you know, sort of book in early as possible. So thank you for joining me for this little video today. I suppose it's a little bit of an information and promotional video, I suppose you could call it. And don't forget, if you want to see the how I make these pens, I go into great detail. I did a you know, full video of right from cutting the raw material down to the finished product. In actual fact, through a lot of requests, the next video after that, which would be video 357, solely devoted to the finishing and the actual the waxes and polishes that I use, that actually are all Australian made, and I get them. Now, these are the products that I use for a finish. They're all made by the same company, and it's an Australian company. Okay, it's U-Butte. Okay, so they're the two products. So you put this one on first, and then you put this one on after, and they're friction polishes, and I'll show you in the video 357, how to apply it, and how it comes up. And it's like a glass finish, and it's there to stay. So thank you for joining me for this video, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again for the next video. Bye for now.